I just want to preface this video by saying the creatives at Disney TVA are not the targets of this video. The people who actually put time and love into these shows aren't what I dislike, and they continue to amaze me. I have complete respect for everyone, from those who put together the pitches to the background designers or even the interns who get coffee or whatever. All my frustration is merely directed at the higher-ups in charge of the studio. In the past few years, we have been at the back end of the Disney TVA renaissance, which I think really ended with Owl House in 2023. For the past few months, I haven't even thought about Disney's TVA's current shows, nor have I seen any discussion about them. I recently canceled my Disney Plus subscription, and for most people, it has to do with raised prices and not enough Marvel or Star Wars content. But for me, the main reason was I don't care enough about the modern Disney TVA shows to keep going and watching. But of course, after a month, I wanted to watch The Owl House, so I began a deep dive, which inspired this whole video. Were there any DVD copies of The Owl House? I mean, there wasn't some wide release, but maybe there was some exclusive limited release I could find on eBay or something. All I could find, though, are an endless stream of bootlegs. And the bootlegs almost got me as well, because the art looked official. It was only the Disney Plus logo being there that gave it away. All this led me to a very confused thought. The Owl House is one of the most streamed shows on Disney Plus, has a dedicated and active fandom like they saw at New York Comic Con, which surprised them a while back. Why is there no merchandise? And I don't mean just DVDs, though I'll get back to that in a little bit, but why can't I buy a King plush on shop.disney.com? Why isn't there a single piece of merchandise, even a sticker, I can buy there? Here lies my biggest frustration with Disney TVA, but stay tuned because it gets a lot deeper than that. If we can remember back to the early 80s and 90s, cartoons existed to sell toys. And while it became common practice afterwards to greet the show and then the toys, there's still no reason that so many of the Disney TVA shows aren't getting any type of merchandise. And it isn't just they can't find partners to sell the stuff, because I want to introduce you to LEGO Ideas. The gist of this website is LEGO fans can create mock-ups of sets they want to see. If 10,000 people like it, LEGO has to review it and choose if it becomes a set or not, based on if they like it and if possible IP partners would like it. And in this most recent review round, which was just a few weeks ago, we had a submission for the Owl House. It was just a gorgeous model. I'll put a picture up on screen. I absolutely love it. It looks amazing. But it was beaten by freaking Twilight. I see no reason that we got Twilight instead of the Owl House. First of all, at the moment, the Owl House is more popular than Twilight. Now, I'm aware there's a reboot in the works or something like that, which would revitalize much of the popularity, but we also need to think of market appeal. I know LEGO Ideas is targeted to adults, but it has released so many Disney sets with the goal of sharing with kids and parents. Not to mention, the Owl House's main viewership seems to be young adults who would just eat up an Owl House set. I know I would. I really want it. Or a few years back, there was a Mystery Shack submission which was also denied. Again, gorgeous, amazing. I personally think that it is Disney TVA who is rejecting the set, not LEGO, because sets based on these shows fit so well with LEGO's brand and current plans. I'm not a Funko Pop collector, but whenever I make a video about Gravity Falls or Star vs. the Force of Evil, I tend to get recommended Funko Pops based on these shows, and they are my favorite characters. I'm really tempted to buy one. So again, why aren't there any Funko Pops of Amphibia, DuckTales, or the Owl House characters? I would absolutely get a Flintheart Glom Gold Funko Pop, a Hop Pop Pop, a Lilith with Porta Hootie Pop, Bellows, even Haley from Haley's on it, because I just love the character design. And I have proof that people will buy merchandise from these shows. As you can see behind me, I have an Owl House and Amphibia poster. Here is a photo of my sister's King plush. I have two hoodie pins, one here and one on my backpack. Cipher Glyph, Bard Coven pin. All of this comes from my favorite website of all time, to be honest, themysteryshack.com. This is the place where your cartoon fans' dreams will come true. It is a website filled with fan-made products from your favorite shows with a focus on Disney TV. This isn't sponsored, but I just love it so much. They have a large variety of products with shows to do merch like DVDs or the Rare Funko Pop. If the show makes it, it'll be on there. You can find it there. But they have so much more. I've seen cool limited edition character statues, a large variety of pins and buttons, fun items from the show like Stand Dollars, Quitter's Badge, or even an Amity student pin. They have more expensive merch as well, like these Titan pans, which I've wanted since my first view of Watching and Dreaming, a Lou shirt, Stan's hat thingy, and just so much more. One of my favorite details is they sell on a Bomaton for like $1,000 and it's sold out. But there are so many comments from characters in the show and it's just so fun to read through them. Finally, I've made 2 orders and both times I've got a few freebies thrown in, which is just super nice and very much appreciated. If Disney won't sell merchandise, I highly recommend buying from fans like this, and this is my favorite store of them all. So make sure to check them out. I'll make sure to leave a link in the comment. But we need to go back to the whole DVD debacle. While we are in the decline of physical media, there is no denying that fans of TV or movies love their DVDs. I personally think the real reason for the lack of DVDs is Disney Plus. Disney Plus is really ruining Disney as a company for so many reasons, but this is the one I'm most mad about: cartoon DVDs. It seems that every series which ended in 2019 or after doesn't get physical media. The 2 main shows which ended in 2019, Star vs. the Forces of Evil and DuckTales, you can find bootlegs, but nothing official. And it is sad because even books are seeming to die down in quality. While we're getting that Bill Cipher book in June, I can only imagine it was after a lot of Alex first pushing it and the Journal 3 doing well. Because for some reason, we don't have one for the Owl House, even though the show is ripe with journal potential. A week or 2 after Watching and Dreaming came out, I made a video discussing all the possible spin-offs and I mentioned journals. Both Philip and Amity have journals, which would be super interesting to read. I really don't understand why Disney isn't selling any merchandise for these animated shows. It would be a direct way for fans to show our support for these shows and would be a money printer for Disney. My main guess as why we don't have merch for these shows is a sad thought, but I'm pretty sure, just like the Writers and Actors Guild pre-strike, people in charge of animation don't earn residuals based off streaming, only reruns in physical media. I can't find any information to prove or disprove it, but with a possible animation strike coming up, we'll see what happens in the aftermath. But let's just remember, animators deserve a living, so if that strike happens, let's make sure to support these animators however we can. Anyways though, that'll be it for me today. I hope you didn't necessarily enjoy this video because it's pretty sad, but you came away with something. If you enjoyed discussing animation and need a more positive video, check out my video on animated world building and why it works so well.